Have you ever noticed that some people never seem to chase money, yet somehow, money keeps finding them? A better job, a better business, better opportunities, better connections, while millions of others work harder, sleep less, stress more, and still, their financial life never changes. Why? Is it luck? Were they born different? Or is there something almost nobody talks about? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might discover that money was never running away from you. It was responding to something you didn't even know you were broadcasting. And once you understand that, you'll never look at wealth the same way again. Because the truth is, money doesn't make decisions. People do, and people decide where money goes every single second. Think about it. If you had $1,000 today, would you spend it or would you multiply it? That single decision seems small, but over 10 years, it can completely change your life. Now here's the strange part. Most people believe they have a money problem. But what if they actually have an attention problem? Imagine two people. Both earn exactly the same salary. Both are the same age. Both live in the same city. 5 years later, one owns investments, has savings, and sleeps peacefully at night. The other is buried in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where all the money went. The difference wasn't intelligence, it wasn't education, and it definitely wasn't luck. It was thousands of tiny decisions, made when nobody was watching. Every dollar you spend is casting a vote for the future you're creating. The scary part is that most people never realize they're voting. They think one expensive dinner doesn't matter. One unnecessary subscription doesn't matter. One impulse purchase doesn't matter. But your future is never built by one big decision. It's built by hundreds of invisible ones. And that's exactly why some people feel like money naturally flows toward them, while others feel like they're constantly chasing it. Because money follows patterns, not promises, not wishes, patterns. And once you understand the pattern your brain has been following, you'll finally understand why your financial life keeps repeating itself. Let me tell you a story. Two friends graduated from college on the same day. They both had the same dream, to become financially free. The first one believed, if I make more money, my life will finally change. So he spent years chasing bigger paychecks, working overtime, taking every extra shift, sacrificing weekends, sacrificing sleep. The second friend asked a completely different question. What kind of person does money naturally stay with? That one question changed everything. Instead of only increasing his income, he started increasing in value. He learned skills most people ignored. He read, while others scrolled. He built relationships, while others built excuses. He studied how money actually moves, not from poor people to rich people, but from people who consume to people who create value. Years passed. The first friend was making more money than ever. Yet every raise disappeared. A bigger apartment, a newer car, more expensive habits. His income grew, but so did his lifestyle. He wasn't climbing the mountain, he was running on a treadmill. The second friend did something different. Every time his income increased, he refused to let his lifestyle grow at the same speed. He bought assets before liabilities. He invested before celebrating. He let his money start working before he stopped working. And then, something incredible happened. From the outside, it looked like opportunities kept chasing him. People started recommending him. Business offers appeared. Better jobs found him. Investors trusted him. Everyone around him said, "You're so lucky." But they never saw the thousands of quiet decisions that created that luck. Here's what most people never understand. Money doesn't chase confidence. Money doesn't chase positive thinking. Money tends to flow toward people who consistently solve problems, build trust, develop useful skills, and make disciplined decisions over time. To everyone else, it looks like magic. But behind the scenes, it's psychology. Because when you change the way you think, you slowly change the way you act. And when you change the way you act, the world starts responding differently. But there's one final secret almost nobody talks about. It's the silent habit that quietly pushes wealth away, even from intelligent people. And once you see it, you'll start noticing it every single day. Here's the secret that changed everything. It wasn't a business. It wasn't a stock. It wasn't real estate. It wasn't even money. It was identity. Every human being has an invisible picture of who they believe they are. And whether you realize it or not, every financial decision is trying to stay consistent with that picture. If someone secretly believes, "I'm always broke," their brain will unconsciously search for evidence to prove it true. They'll avoid opportunities because they don't feel ready. They'll spend money to impress people they don't even like. They'll delay learning because tomorrow always feels safer. Then they'll look at their bank account and say, "I knew this would happen." But it wasn't fate. It was identity protecting itself. Now imagine another person who believes, "I'm someone who creates value." Notice the difference. That person still makes mistakes, still loses money, still faces rejection. But every setback becomes information, not an identity. Instead of asking, "Why does this always happen to me?" they ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That one question changes everything. Because the quality of your questions determines the quality of your decisions. And the quality of your decisions determines the quality of your financial future. Think about the wealthiest people you know, not the ones showing off online, the ones who quietly built something meaningful. Most of them didn't become wealthy because they chased money. They became wealthy because they became the kind of person people trusted. They solved bigger problems, kept learning when others stopped, stayed disciplined when nobody was watching. And over time, money followed the value they consistently created. That's why the goal should never be to chase money. The goal is to become someone money naturally wants to stay with. Because wealth isn't just about what you earn. It's about who you become. So tonight, before you go to sleep, don't ask yourself, "How can I make more money?" Ask yourself, what kind of person would naturally attract better opportunities, greater trust, and more value into their life? Then become that person, one decision at a time, one habit at a time, one day at a time. Because the moment you stop chasing money and start building value, you'll notice something incredible. It won't happen overnight. It won't feel magical. But slowly, almost quietly, new opportunities, new relationships, new ideas, and new doors will begin to appear. And one day, people will look at your life and say, "You're so lucky." They'll never see the years you spent changing your mind before your money ever changed. If this video changed the way you think, then don't let it end here. Subscribe, because the next lesson might be the one that changes your financial future forever.